All right, so we are in section 6.6 here. This is page 6 of your 6.5 to 6.7 game plan, Algebra 2. Here is the warm-up we would have done in class. Again, all of this is done by now. I don't believe anyone missed class. Maybe we did, but adding exponents, subtracting exponents. All right, I'm taking the fifth root of x squared. Taking the third root of 17 to the first, third root of 17. Taking the fifth root of x to the third. That's how we write in radical form. Again, we were here. I am taking the seventh root of x squared. I am taking the third root of 3 to the second, the third root of 9. I'm taking the fifth root of 2 to the third, which is 8. I'm taking the third root of x to the seventh. Taking the second root of x to the fifth, the square root of x to the fifth. Here is x to the 3/7. This is, again, x to the 3/7. I wrote that down twice. This is x to the 1/2. This is x to the 2/3. This is x to the 1/4. Add the exponents. 3 plus 2 plus 7 is 12, x to the 12/5. Add the exponents. 2 plus 5 is 7/3. Add the exponents, because I'm multiplying with the same base. This is 6/4, x to the 3/2. Now I'm going to subtract the exponents. 5/3 minus 2/3, 3/3, that's x to the first. 11 minus 5 is 6/12, that's x to the 1/2. Get the same denominator, x to the 7/8, divided by x to the 4/8, that's x to the 3/8. Square root of 625 is 25, square root of 25 is 5. Square root of 81 is 9, square root of 9 is 3. Square root of 729 is 27, the third root of 27 is 3. X to the 6/10, x to the 5/10, that's x to the 1/10. Add the exponents, that's x to the 10/3. X to the 10/4 times x to the 1/4, that's x to the 11/4. All right, we'll talk about that halftime question in class. Game time, add the exponents. Number 1, add the exponents to number 2. Make sure you have the same denominator. Subtract the exponents to number 3. Square root of 64 is 8. The cubed root of 8 is 2. Get the same denominator. X to the 1/20. X to the 5/6. X to the 5/7. X to the 3/5. X to the 2/5. All right, we would have done this in class. Wednesday the 3rd, 5 squared and negative 5 squared is 25, so x is plus or minus 5. 7 squared and negative 7 squared is 49, so x plus or minus 7. Square both sides. X is 36. All right, we know the square root of 36 is 6. Square root of negative 36 is 6i, so only x is 36. And we'll solve those below by squaring both sides. All right, so we are going to square both sides here. When I have a square root all by itself, I'll square both sides. When I square root, I'm left with x plus 1. What is inside the square root drops on down. Subtract 1 from both sides. I'm going to square both sides. X minus 3 is 25. Add 3 to both sides. I'm going to square both sides. 3x is 36, x is 12. Add 3 to both sides. Then we'll square both sides. X plus 2 is 16, x is 14. Add 7 to both sides. X plus 4 in the square root is equal to 3. Then I'm going to square both sides. X plus 4 is 9, x is 5. Square both sides. 4x minus 1 is 49. 4x is 5. X is 12.5. All right, raise both sides to the third power. X minus 1 is equal to 8. X is 9. Raise both sides to the third power. 2x minus 3 is 64. 2x is 67. 67 over 2. On to 13, square both sides. X plus 3 is 36. X is 33. X minus 4 to the 1/2 is 8. Now I'm going to square both sides. X minus 4 is 64. X is 68. Literally the same question as number 16. 1/3 power, I'm just going to raise both sides to the reciprocal to the third power. Divide both sides by 2. Square root of x minus 3 is 4. I'm going to square both sides. Add 8 to both sides, divide by 2. Raise both sides to the third power. Get 68, which is almost identical to the same answer as number 14. All right, raise both sides to the third power. If I have it raised to the 1/3 power, the reciprocal is 3. Cube both sides. Game time. Let's take a look at this. 1 here. The square root's all by itself. I'm going to square both sides. Add 1, divide by 2. Number 6, I'm going to add 3 to both sides. In the square root, 3x minus 7 is 2. I'm going to square both sides. Add 7 to both sides. Divide by 3. I'm going to divide both sides by 3. Square both sides. Add 1, divide by 2, divide by 5 to get 2. Subtract 5 from both sides. Then we'll square both sides. X plus 5, 9. X is 4. Last page here is review homework. Hashtag game time. Break up the square root of 45. Square root of 45, 9 and 5, 3 and 3. So it's going to be 3 root 5. 2 goes into 9 4 times, 1 left over. 2 goes into 11 5 times, 1 left over. All right. On 3. 3 and 12 gives you 36. X to the 10th, y to the 12th. The square root of 36 is 6. 2 goes into 10 5 times. 2 goes into 12 6 times. Square root of 20. 4 and 5, 2 and 2, that's 2 root 5 plus 5 and 25. This is 5 and 5, 2 root 5 plus 5 root 5 is 7 root 5. Seven, I got to get rid of the root in the denominator and multiply top and bottom by the conjugate of the denominator, so 9 plus root 2. Up top, it's going to be 27 plus 3 root 2. Down below, it's going to be 81 minus root 2 times root 2 is 2. That's how it cleans up. First, 6 times 7 is 42. Outer, 6 root 2. Inner, last. Root 3 times root 2 is root 6. Subtract the exponents. Number 9, 7 over 2 minus 3 over 2 is 4 over 2, which is 2. Going to square both sides at number 12. And then just solve it. All right. That is the end of your 6-5, 6-7 game plan. This is the Algebra Math video signing out.